Yo, what is up, guys? Hopefully, everyone is having the best day ever. I got an amazing question here from Jaquan, and it's regarding sleep. I think sleep, hopefully, everyone in this program already knows the importance of sleep just when it comes to recovery, building more muscle, hormone optimization, and just better quality of life generally, right? So, I always recommend to you guys 7 to 9 hours of high quality uninterrupted sleep, right? And now this question here from Jaquan basically states this. So, hey, I have a question. So sleep is always said to be an important factor in fitness, and everyone says anywhere from about 7 to 9 hours of sleep each night. Correct. Yes, sir. But I'm wondering if there's a big difference between 7 to 9 hours a night and 7 to 9 hours split up throughout the day. So that's a great question, and I see where you're coming from because the analogy I kind of like think of right away is that if I assign you 2,000 calories every single day to hit your calorie goal, would that mean that it's best to eat all those calories within one sitting, like eat 2,000 calories in one sitting at night before bed, or is it best to split it up and have like maybe like 4 or 5 or 6 different meals spread out evenly throughout the day? And now when it comes to your nutrition and calorie goal, just for digestion purposes and just for convenience sake, it's probably a better idea to split up your meals, whether it's into 3 meals or 4 meals or 5 meals, just to make it easier to kind of get all the food down, because I could imagine eating 2,000 calories in just one sitting is going to be really difficult, right? But now when it comes to your sleep, this is obviously going to be a different argument, but when it comes to your sleep, most of the benefits actually occur from the quality uninterrupted time of actually being asleep, right? Like on paper, 7 to 9 hours of sleep is still 7 to 9 hours, whether it's split up or not. But like all of these like beneficial things that happen to your body actually occur like during like the duration of the sleep, not just because you sleep 9 hours in total, split up into like two different or 2 hour sessions, let's just say. But no, like most of the quality and most of the benefits actually occur during like the time that you're actually asleep. So I actually wrote this message and wrote down a couple notes right here for me to like list off. So a couple of things here. Our sleep consists of REM sleep, which is rapid eye movement. You guys have probably heard of this before, and also non-REM sleep, right? Now, these are two really important stages, which play in a huge and really important role in basically your rest and recovery, right? So when you split up your sleep, you're basically disrupting these cycles, which can also prevent your body and brain from completing these stages, which is really important for, like I mentioned, your recovery, and also just like rest in general. Our bodies are also creatures of habit, and we thrive off routines, especially when it comes to our circadian rhythm, which is basically like our body's biological internal clock. And now, basically, by having a good circadian rhythm, it'll allow you to have a much better sleeping routine, because this basically allows your body to like identify when it should start to like feel sleepy, and also identify when it should start to like wake up, right? If your circadian rhythm is like on point and it's consistent, your body will naturally start to go to bed at the same time, or at least feel sleepy at the same time, and also naturally like wake up at the same time, right? Which is why I'm such a huge believer and such a like just in general, if like having a good nighttime routine and a good morning routine. Because if you're constantly switching up your sleeping routine, let's say one night you go to bed at 8 o'clock, and then the next night you go to bed at midnight, and then the next night you try to go to bed at 10 p.m., like your body doesn't know when it should start to get tired, right? It's like, okay, do we start to feel sleepy at 7 p.m. or do we start to feel sleepy at 11 p.m., right? So you may notice that if you are used to sleeping really late at night and then you try to go to bed super early, you may notice that you have a hard time falling asleep, right? And that is because your circadian rhythm, your body's internal clock, is not used to going to sleep that early. So consistency really is the name of the game here, and the exact same thing applies when you go or when you wake up the next morning as well, right? If you're constantly waking up at different times, one day it's at 5 a.m., the next day it's at 10 a.m., the next day you want to sleep in, the next day it's at 8 a.m., like your body doesn't know when it should start to like naturally wake up. So I always recommend to you guys go to bed at the same time every single night and wake up at the same time every single night as well, right? And instead of having a morning alarm, try to have a bedtime alarm. That's what I've been doing, and I'm at the point now where I naturally, like, for example, I naturally get tired at around 8 o'clock. I am fast asleep at 9 o'clock, and I naturally wake up at 5. I use zero alarm, no alarm. My body is just so used to this routine. So yeah, that is why we kind of like want to be consistent when it comes to our sleeping routine, right? going back to this basically, so our circadian rhythm, which is basically our body's internal clock that regulates our sleep wake cycles, and now disrupting this rhythm by sleeping at different times throughout the day confuses your body's internal clock, which could result in difficulties falling asleep, staying asleep, and most importantly, waking up feeling refreshed, right? And now the last thing here, guys, is constantly waking up and going back to sleep can also disrupt the continuity of sleep, which can lead to grogginess, disorientation, and decreased alertness throughout the day. Now, this can affect your mood, your cognitive, like your brain performance, right? It's like if you're like thinking, whether it's like thinking at work or thinking at class. And then now, lastly, also like your overall well-being. So even though, yes, 7 to 9 hours of sleep is important for overall health and fitness, but the benefits of those 7 to 9 hours of sleep are optimized when it happens in an uninterrupted block during the night. So hopefully I kind of like beat this horse dead. Hopefully I kind of like showed you guys the importance of not just sleeping 7 to 9 hours of sleep every single night, but also the importance of like making sure that it's consistently from like for like the entire duration, right? Don't try to split up your sleep. I know this isn't really a common thing. I know it's a pretty rare question, but I thought, you know what, because it's asked, I'm sure some other people maybe have thought the exact same thing. So hopefully I answered the question. If you guys do have any more specific questions when it comes to this specific topic, please let me know. If you guys do want some more research on this or just want to like learn more about it, I would definitely recommend going on YouTube and searching up Matthew Walker. He is a sleep expert. I listen to all of his podcasts. Basically, I'm obsessed when it comes to the whole sleeping topic, and I definitely noticed a huge night and day difference, no pun intended there, when it comes to just my energy levels, my performance, and just like my quality of life ever since I started to like really like prioritize my sleep. So you won't regret it, guys. This is the best investment you'll make into your health and fitness journey. Prioritize your sleep, and I'll let y'all go. Peace.